Hi and welcome to the video. I'm Talia and this is Collection Chats, a series where I basically just show you what I like to collect because I like to collect. So in the last video that I hope you checked out, I showed you some of my K-pop collection, more my miscellaneous albums, and today I will be showing you the entirety of my Stray Kids collection because they deserve a video on their own, and also my last video would have been like 10 hours long otherwise. So yeah, let's get on to the video. So I discovered Stray Kids, I'd say a couple of years after their debut. I discovered them when Go Live came out. I think it was during lockdown actually. I remember I kind of got into them after Go Live came out, and every single lunch break when I wasn't on my Zoom school lessons, I was eating my lunch in my room, listening to Stray Kids, trying to listen to as much as I could before I had to get back to my virtual classes, because I did very quickly become a hyperfixation of mine. There's no going back once you kind of discover a group that you like, and that was very much the case with Stray Kids, and now they are my absolute favourite K-pop artists, one of my favourite artists ever in the world. So yeah, so like with my last video, this one will hopefully be quite fast paced because we would still be here tomorrow. If you get me going about Stray Kids, there's no stopping me. So yeah, on that note, let's get on with the video. So the first K-pop album that I'm going to show you, this is the earliest Stray Kids album that I have. It's not the first one I bought, but when it comes to the order of their music, this is the earliest one I have. This is I Am Not. I love Stray Kids' earlier music. My favourite song off this album is Third Eye, but Awaken and District 9 are very close seconds, but the whole album is brilliant really. Third Eye has been my all-time favourite Stray Kids song for quite a few years now. Love the whole song, but I especially love Felix's really deep rap. It's kind of what got me into Stray Kids, partly was his deep voice, just because I'd not heard it before personally in K-pop. My one thing with this album, when I bought it, I was personally worried that I would get a Woojin photo card. I'm personally not a fan of him. I have nothing against people who still do like him. I got into Stray Kids after he left, so I wasn't even there for when he was a part of the group. So I have like no connection to him, so I didn't really want to get a photo card of his, just because it would be like buying an album of a group I don't really know. There's no point really. So yeah, however, I managed to get cards that I did want. I don't collect photo cards, but I got cards that I was happy with. I'm going to show you an example because there's one that's really cute. So yeah, I got 3 photo cards. I have this really cute one. Oh my god, they're so young, they look so young, it's insane. I got this cute one of Han. I got this really cute one, a selfie of prodracha. Oh, you can't see. Very adorable. But my favourite one, this is the one I was saying was really cute, is this one of Soonnn. It's so cute. See, when I opened these, I was very happy. You can tell this is an earlier album because you get a lot less stuff in it. It was literally just the book, the CD obviously, and those 3 photo cards. But yeah, I got the cards that I wanted. I love this album, so I'd definitely recommend you listen to Stray Kids' older stuff if you haven't already, because but you probably have, otherwise why would you have clicked on this video if you're not a stay? So moving on to our next album, which I have already mentioned, we have Go Live. I didn't show you an up close of the last one because it's basically a black book. This is Go Live. I love it. This album, especially God's Menu, is what got me into studying Stray Kids. Like I said before, I'd not heard anything like Felix's voice before. I know that's a very cliched way of becoming a stay. Like, I feel like if you ask 100 stays what got you into Stray Kids, or what kind of made you think, oh, they're different, I like them, I bet 50% would say Felix's deep voice. So it's a cliched answer, but I don't care, because that, you know, without him and his voice, I wouldn't be a stay, or I wouldn't have been a stay so early on. This is actually the first Stray Kids album that I bought as well, and so it's a very personal one to me. I like the version I got. I don't know the names of the versions, I'll just let you know straight away on that one, but I got the one with the blue on the side, and I think if you get all the versions, it actually spells out Skiz, Stray Kids. And yeah, my favourite song on this album is either Tar or Easy. I love Easy, and again Felix's voice in that, in his verse. Love it. And my next album, this was my first Stray Kids comeback as a stay. So I got into Stray Kids with Go Live once it came out, and I was ready for the next comeback, which you may have guessed already by that. In Life, I love the yellow version I got. I prefer it to the orange version. I chose the yellow one. Controversially, one of my favourite songs on this album is The Tortoise and the Hare. I know not as many people like it as lots of their other stuff, but I really like it. I don't know if that makes me have no taste or superior taste, but who cares, because it's my taste. If you don't know that song, I'd recommend you go and listen to it, but fair enough if you're not a fan. I personally love it. My other favourites on this are NOEASY again, because it was like a repackaged album, We Go, and Phobia. And I love the aesthetics of the album and the concept photos. Yeah, I love the concept photos. Here's a concept photo. We meme that trans hair was like the red Angry Birds bird, but I don't care. I love it. I loved his red hair in that era. Let's just get a whole red hair concept album, honestly. So that was In Life, and I just love it, really. So our next album is NOEASY. Again, they like their dark coloured albums, don't they? Oh, the glare is actually helping for once. This is NOEASY. The standout for me on this whole album is Changbin's rapping. I love his rap style anyway, but on NOEASY specifically, oh, it's just perfection. This album also introduced me to trying to learn proper choreo for the first time. I tried learning the Thunderous choreography. It didn't go well at all. I'm not a dancer. I have 2 left feet, and K-pop dances are hard even for people who do dance, apparently, so it wasn't a good idea. My favourite songs on this album are Cheese, Domino, and Sick. And also I do pretend like Red Lights isn't one of my favourites, but it secretly is. I feel like anyone who says Red Lights isn't one of their favourites, it secretly is. If you know, you know. If you don't know, Google the music video. But if you don't know, be warned. But yeah, so I pretend like Red Lights isn't one of my favourite songs, but it is. It is a really good song. So on that note, we are going to move swiftly on to our next album. We have ODDINARY. Oh, I just want to give it a big squeeze because I love it so much. I actually played Maniac in my radio show for my first ever final project in college a few years ago, and you may be watching this through your Explore page on YouTube, so if you don't know who I am, this is actually a college project, which is very cool that I get to do this. This is my final project ever at college, and this album, this Maniac off of this album was featured in my very first, so it's actually quite a cute little roundabout moment here. This album is what introduced me to the term K-pop noise music, like in Maniac, for example. That's a good example of K-pop noise music. I don't really know how to describe it. It's if you listen to a noise music playlist, you'll know it's very bass heavy. It uses a lot of unconventional sounds that you wouldn't normally hear in music. Stray Kids make a lot of music that fall under noise music, which I love. And actually with Maniac, Bang Chan was told that their old music sounded like power tools, like literal drills, not like drill music. So he incorporated a drilling sound of like power tools. He incorporated those sound effects into Maniac as a kind of screw you to the haters, to sort of be like, well, we can use power tool sound effects in our songs and they're still really good. And I agree, and I actually think it adds to it, and they incorporated the choreography around it in the Maniac video. That being said, Maniac isn't my favourite song off the album, although I've been waffling about it. My favourite song off of ODDINARY is Freeze. It's also a great noise music song, and that was also partly what made me realise I love the subgenre. So yeah, I will link my K-pop noise music playlist and another one I found from Spotify in the description, because mine is very much just what I listen to when it comes to noise music. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking out that genre if you like the sort of darker, more bass heavy songs, and I genuinely think this album is flawless, so I would also recommend just going to listen to ODDINARY if you haven't already. So we are now going to move on to one of my absolute favourite Stray Kids albums ever. I would like to detail in advance this was a Christmas present. MAXIDENT, I have all 3 versions. It's the only K-pop album I have where I've got more than one version. Literally every other K-pop album I've got, I have one version. But I got this for Christmas last year, I think, or like a year and a half ago now, and I put on the version I wanted the most, which I think was this one, but then I also linked the set of all 3 on the off chance, not even expecting to get it, the album full stop really. And yes, my lovely family treated me to all 3, so it's fun when you get an album for Christmas or your birthday, because you open your present and then it's an album, and then it's like opening your present again, finding out what you got. So yeah, I'll show you all 3 versions because it's tight in my hands. So this is the version I wanted the most. I love it. I just love the black and pink. I'm very much a black and pink girly. That was my style for about 4 years before I discovered green, and you could tell I still love pink. And then we also have this version, and then we also have this version. I love the waviness. So yeah, I love the aesthetics of the album. Oh, we have, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because it's see-through, but we have like a cool kind of clear, like translucent lino photo card. But yeah, so I love the concept. My favourite songs on MAXIDENT are Super Bored and Gimme Your TMI. Gimme Your TMI specifically reminds me of like the Five Nights at Freddy's soundtrack, that sort of 2010s video game when fans would make fan songs and stuff. It kind of reminds me of that, which I love because again, it sort of makes me feel nostalgic hearing Give Me Your TMI. But Super Bored is probably my favourite. I love the video. So yeah, MAXIDENT, Maximum Accident, I think it stands for. I'm glad this wasn't an accident. I'm glad they released the album because it's a banger. So moving on to our penultimate album, I told you this one would be a hell of a lot more fast paced. We have 5 star. Just take a moment, just look. Okay, you've had your moment. I love the aesthetics of this album so much, probably more than any other Stray Kids album concept, especially the actual album packaging. I love the concept photos and stuff, and I love the album cover. It's very simplistic. The digital album cover is just 5 stars, but this I adore. It's even just things like the detailing, if you can see the detailing in the white, and I love just black and white. This is one that I actually bought as soon as it came out, which is rare for me because normally I do wait until I have a bit of spare money, a bit of birthday money or Christmas money, because yeah, I only really buy albums when I can afford it. I think I mentioned that in my last video as well. This is one where I list like 10 billion songs. Some of my favourite songs on this album are Hall of Fame, Get Lit, and Item, which also reminds me of like 2010s video game fan made songs, which I love. But my all-time favourite 5-star song, and probably my favourite recent Stray Kids song, is Super Bowl, which was going to be the original God's Menu apparently, but they decided to wait, and now we have this. And Super Bowl on 5-star, I feel like it just fits on this album a lot better. This and the next album, it was very hard to choose my favourite, but yeah, 5-star was a very, very close second to the next album. But before I show you my favourite Stray Kids album that I have, I just wanted to show you a couple of bits of other merch that I have, because Stray Kids is one where I have more than just some albums. I do have a few other bits. I would like to detail that not all of this is official merch. All the albums are official, but not all of this is official merch because again, I'm broke. But also, you don't have to spend lots of money to show your support for an artist. I said this in my last video as well. The best way you can show your support for them is by listening to their music and supporting them that way and through social media. They're more likely going to see it. They're going to see fans' support if they get loads of lovely positive comments over seeing numbers of sales, which is an achievement, but it doesn't define your love for a group, in my opinion. And also, if you want merch and you get knockoff merch, I personally think there's nothing wrong with that. Although I will say I'm personally not a fan of big companies, beginning with A, for example. But there are so many different online stores now that create accurate merch for all these different K-pop artists, and it seems a lot more ethical than certain big corporations beginning with A. On that note, the first thing I want to show you, I'm also a bit of a plushie nut as well. I love plushies. I have Wolfchan and Bokhari plushies. These were unofficial ones. Bangchan is my favourite member, and I love all the rest equally as well, to be fair, but he's my bias. So the odd Skizoo stuff that I have is mainly Wolfchan, and this is Felix's little chick representation. So yeah, these are my little plushies. I wish I had the whole set, to be fair, but these are the things I wanted to show you the most. These are little Skizoo clay figurines that I got from a friend. We have Bokhari, we have Wolfchan, and we have Jiniret, which is Hyunjin's little ferret representation. My friend made these for me. They a while ago did like a little clay thingy. They were making clay things and they were selling them, and they asked me what I like, so I asked for these 3. These are probably my favourite Stray Kids merch pieces because they're handmade, and I just feel like there's more love going into that. A friend made them for me because they knew I'd like them, and handmade is valid and handmade is good and more ethical. I love my little clay figures. They're not perfect, but then nothing's perfect, and they're so cute. I love them. So yes, moving on. So yeah, I just wanted to give those pieces an honourable mention because, like I said, K-pop merch isn't all about the albums and what you get with them. There's other merch, but also it doesn't matter if it's not official merch, in my opinion. Like I said, what's more important is showing support in whatever way you can or want to, and that can mean spending no money at all. So yeah, it's now time for the last album. So if I had to tell you that Stray Kids 8 when they made this album, what album do you think of? Is Levanta? No, it's 8. I love it. This is my most recently bought album. As an alternative person, I'm loving this era of Stray Kids cover art. This is one where if I could, I would like to have all the versions because I love the cover art for them. My favourite songs on this album are definitely Jam and Mountains, but I do have to give an honourable mention to Stray Kids. That's the track, obviously, not the artist, because I love it. And also the song I Like It is also brilliant. I'm not going to waffle on here about this one for too long because this is my favourite Stray Kids album that I have. I'm going to show you what I got in it. So let's go and do a little unboxing because I actually can't remember. So yeah, on that note, we have arrived at the end of the video. I would say yay, but I'm sad because I don't want to be at the end of the video. I'm just going to do a little, mention a little wish list just for the sake of shouting out more Stray Kids albums really. Top of my wish list is Rockstar. Again, the cover art for the physical album. I love it. So I would love to have Rockstar. I really want to buy All In and Hop. We're coming around to my birthday soon, so fingers crossed if I do get any birthday money, I know what I will be spending it on. I was actually going to do a video unboxing Hop, so actually comment if you would enjoy a more in-depth unboxing video, but again it would be once I have the spare cash, so I don't know how long it would take, but comment down below if you would like to see me unboxing Hop. So yeah, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Collection Chats. Let me know what your favourite Stray Kids songs and albums are, and tell me what albums you would recommend to fill the gaps in my collection. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. I'd love to build my little community who just want to sit and have cozy little chats with me, and maybe check out one of my other videos too. In my last video I showed you guys most of the rest of my K-pop collection. All I have to do now is at some point make a video on my BTS collection. But yeah, check out my other videos, they'll be appearing on screen at the end. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!